I know, it's a shameless plug, but it's the best fan you can get in the city. Good morning, everyone. We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. It is nasty out there, but what do? You try to get blown by whatever you can get blown with, whether it's air conditioning or one of these chingaderas, or you just try to stay comfortable. At least that's what I'm doing. Although it's early in the day and I'm already schwitzing, but what am I going to do? All I can do is say, welcome to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we're trying to prevent ourselves from having a heat stroke. It is Wednesday, June 14, and as always, we have a lot of news, although they do say when you have nothing important to talk about the weather. Well, the weather is giving us a lot of reasons to talk about the weather. So that's precisely what we're going to do today, although we do have other things that I want to share with you. As we endure this current heat wave that is taking over the entire country, or most of the country for that matter. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying hydrated. And I hope you're enjoying your surroundings, wherever those may be. As always, we welcome everyone that is watching for the first time live. If that is your case, feel free to, yes, there is a nice little breeze in my window. Thank you very much for noticing that, Christy. There it is. It's moving. If you're watching live for the first time, you want to let us know, please write the word new in your comment. We'll be so very happy to give you a nice little welcome. If you have something really important to share with us, please add a capital letter Q, and we'll look for those Qs at the beginning of your comments in the chit chat section later on in the broadcast. We get started today. Well, I was not kidding. We're going to talk about heat wave in a number of items that I found this morning. We are having one, just in case you didn't notice. And to make things more interesting, Puerto Vallarta has the highest number of dehydration cases in the state of Jalisco. So how do you know you're getting dehydrated? Well, early warning signs include feeling thirsty and lightheaded, a dry mouth, feeling tired, having dark-colored, interesting-smelling urine, and passing urine less often than usual. So please don't let it get to that. Drink a lot of water, and if you're out and about, please wear a hat, no matter how silly you think you are. Or you think you look, rather. And how is the heat wave affecting the state of Jalisco? Well, according to Mexico's National Water Commission, 123 out of 125 municipalities in the state are now experiencing severe drought. The only two municipalities that are presenting only moderate drought, but that's concerning enough, are Puerto Vallarta and Quitupan. Now, in case you're wondering, the highest temperature registered in Mexico yesterday was Ciudad Altamirano in the state of Guerrero. This would be down here in this general area, with a temperature of 47 Celsius or 116.6 Fahrenheit. 7 other cities throughout Mexico registered a temperature over 40 Celsius or 104 Fahrenheit, and Guadalajara reached 39 Celsius yesterday. So it's hot out there. And what do we do about it? Well, many people drink beer, so much so that early signs of shortage can now be felt throughout Mexico, with manufacturers not being able to keep up with demand. According to Mexico's Small Business Commercial Alliance, so far this month, beer consumption in Mexico has increased by 80%, particularly in coastal cities. Sounds like a good idea, but remember that excessive alcohol can also lead to dehydration, as I understand it. Don't quote me on that. At least if you drink too much alcohol, you forget about it, I suppose. But no, it's not a good idea to stay hydrated with beer. Water is best. We announced this a while back, and apparently it's finally happening. Yesterday, Mayor Michel announced the upcoming purchase of 10 new garbage collection trucks to improve service throughout our city. We have nothing else to say about this other than we can't wait. And according to Tribuna de la Bahía, the gas shortage that we mentioned yesterday and the day before is not widespread. Apparently, it is only happening at 2 of the gas brands or gas station brands commonly available in Nayarit. And of course, in a true spirit of community, the article does not indicate which are the brands that are experiencing shortage or which gas stations we should go to if we want to fill our tanks. So we thank Tribuna de la Bahía for being so community-minded in their reporting. Ah, dear. Let's turn over to the weather just to see what's going on out there for ourselves. Rest in peace, Cormac McCarthy says, our snarky weatherman, I don't think I know who Cormac McCarthy is, but I will look it up after the broadcast. Right now, 29 degrees Celsius, feels like 33. Humidity is at 68%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 85. Our weather forecast for today says humid with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 31 and a low of 26. Tomorrow, Thursday, humid with partly cloudy skies throughout the day. A chance of rain of only 7%. I don't think it's going to rain. High of 31, low of 26. And then Friday, again, humid with mostly clear skies throughout the day. No chance of rain. Well, such a low chance of rain that I really don't think it's going to rain this week. A high temperature of 31 and a low temperature of 25. He was a famous author. Thank you very much for that, Colleen. Now I think I remember reading something about this. Thank you very much for that bit of culture. It's much appreciated. And speaking of culture, let me show you someone. Meet Ethel Waters. She was an American singer and actress who frequently performed jazz, swing, and pop music on the Broadway stage. And why are we thinking about her today? Well, she introduced the song Heatwave, written in 1983 by Irving Berlin for the stage musical As Thousands Cheer, which was premiered in that same year. I am going to introduce you, just for the sake of it, to her version in our YouTube, in our show notes, including the YouTube video for that, and also my favorite version of the song performed by the wonderful Carmen McRae. Carmen McRae. And why are we doing this? Because we certainly can, and that is a bad pun. It's the heat. It's causing me to give you bad puns. So yesterday, we were all enwrapped by Chris Brewer's Perogies. I was so curious about this that I even had to look up the pronunciation.
Pierogi.
Pierogi. Thank you very much. So we all got hungry about these things, and then Chris kindly sent me these lovely photographs of the process of making the pierogis, which I thought was a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Chris, for sharing this. They certainly look yummy. By all means, feel free to send me or send photos of your culinary creations anytime. We'd love to feature them, and thank you for making us hungry all day yesterday. My last item to share with you before we chat is this one. With rain around the corner, so is mosquito season, and Banderas News offers a few natural alternatives to using store purchased chemical repellents. They have 3 or 4 recipes that you may find interesting if you have issues with mosquitoes and want to stay away from chemicals. This is, of course, written in English. And now let us take a quick look at your comments just to see what everybody is up to this lovely warm morning. And I see a lot of good mornings as always. Doody-doody-doo. Doopity-biddy-biddy-biddy-biddy-doo-ba-doo. Oh, there's Bill Abbott. And here I am with a craving for cinnamon rolls. Oh my goodness. In Paradise, not Paradise. Yes, Paradise. I always get the name of your bakery mixed up with the other one. Well, Bill's Bakery, you know which one it is. It's the one here in Versalles. It's so near. And maybe I'll go out and get myself a cinnamon bun. Let's see what we have here. Doody-doot-doot. Happy hump day to you, Den. Thank you very much for that. That's a great suggestion. It's good to add a glass of water between each beer to prevent dehydration. What a lovely idea. I think I'm going to do that today. Oh. And thank you for that update, Den. Kathy is getting ready for her hip replacement. She is happy that the Tour de France will be on during the first part of her recovery. We will keep our fingers crossed. Best wishes for that. And this morning, as long as we're keeping an eye on our dear friends that are going to go through this or that type of procedure, this morning I checked in with the lovely Amy Armstrong, who tells me that she's going to have surgery either this Friday or Monday. So we're going to keep her in our thoughts and prayers as well. Let's see. There's another cue. Burning question of the day. How do you say excuse me after a burp or a fart? Some of us need to know. Well, I should know that because I do that all the time. Okay, let me take this seriously first, because usually when I burp or fart, all I can do is to giggle. But if it happens, the most appropriate thing to say would be to say perdón, which literally means forgive me. Although many of us would rather say whoops, and or I can say it was not me. Well, no. All you want to do is say perdón. And it happens to the best of us. I will never forget. No, you don't need to hear my farting stories. No, you don't. Never mind. No, you don't need to hear that. Let's see. I will test out each one of those recipes for mosquito repellent. Here in the mountains, they have arrived. Thank you very much, Claude. Let me know how this fares. So yeah, keep us posted. Please excuse my density. How can the bakery become a community partner? I didn't see the option on your webpage. I am already a member. Thank you so much for that. Artisan Bakery. Isn't that what I said? And why do you call me Taco? I love it. But back to becoming a community partner. We opened the option to become a community partner here at Coffee and Headlines to 5 trusted members. It was an open invitation, and 5 trusted members or 5 members of the community came forth. So we are all set for community partnership for the rest of the year. This is a 1-year commitment. Bill, I would be so very happy to keep you on a list, or to let you know of other opportunities to partner with us as time moves forward. We can certainly talk about this privately later on. But just to make sure that we don't overload the website or the broadcast with too many announcements or too many commercial features, we decided to keep the community partnership down to only 5 members for the time being. Let's see what else we have. My grandson listened with me yesterday. He asked, what instruments have you played? If you're asking me, I play piano, I sing, I play the recorder, and that's basically it. Yeah. Let's see what else we have. Okay, somebody took a bait. Farting stories, please. Well, the one farting story that I can remember that truly mortified me, and it happened less than a year ago. I was getting off an Uber, me and my abundant body, and it was one of those things in which more than 2/3 of my body was already outside of the vehicle, and I was doing the final stretch when all of a sudden there it was, loud and clear, completely recognizable as a human fart, and it just came out. And unfortunately, I was already too far out of the vehicle to even say oops or perdón or disculpa or whatever. And I went home and I thought to myself, I'm sure that my Uber rating just went down. So ever since that happened, every time I'm coming down of an Uber, let's just say that I hold my breath and I tighten the mechanism as much as I can. That's my farting story. If you have farting stories that you would like to share in consideration, Mark, feel free to share them with me. All I can say is happens to the best of us. Yeah. Oh, yes. A lot of you are sending good vibes to Kathy and to Amy. They are beautiful ladies, and we are definitely thinking about you. You are going to be fine. Let's see. Brian says, I can relate to the bend and fart. I wonder if that is a new maneuver that we should keep in mind. It happens when you sneeze too, or when you cough. Claude says, I love fart sounds, as you know, mi amigo Paco. Well, I can attest to that. Claude has a recording of, well, never mind. Let's not go down the wind path because I'm sure that it's not appealing to a lot of people. But if you want to get me rolling, just share a good fart joke. See, my eyes are already tearing. And I think this brings us to the end of the broadcast. Yes, what a way to end the broadcast today. Where is my new screen? Here it is. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, as always, for sharing a little bit of quality time. Seriously, take care with the heat. It's really nasty out there. If you have to run errands from them early in the day or late in the afternoon, or just stay put. Drink lots of water, stay in touch, and I'll see you again soon. Have a good one.